Hi, and welcome back to everyone on the internet after a brief pause there. So I'm joined by a member of the public here, and can you just please tell me your name and what you do?
I'm Dave, and I'm retired.
Oh, so have you been to the Moon Night before, or is this your first or second time?
I've not been to the Moon Night, but I came to the one where they were mapping Mercury.
Oh, okay, cool. And how does that compare to this?
This is really interesting. A lot of the Mercury stuff went over my head. It's quite sort of in depth, but yeah, this is really interesting.
So what's been your favourite activity so far? Have you seen many of them yet tonight?
Been in the planetarium, that was good, and the rocks were really interesting. You know, being able to pick up and touch the rocks.
Did you have a favourite meteorite? Like, what's been your in terms of the rocks down there? Like, was it interesting? Like picking up some of the oldest things that you're ever probably going to touch?
Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. Yeah, they're probably not going to touch anything older than that. Yeah, that's really interesting.
So, would you live on the moon? Do you think we'll get to the moon soon? What's your take on all of this?
Well, I kind of thought that the moon thing was all finished and done with, and we were looking further afield, but it seems that we're now looking at the moon again, and I'd like to think that people will be living up there in my lifetime.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Have you heard of this thing called the Deep Space Gateway, which is I believe it's a NASA plan to basically, it's the next kind of international space station. It's going to be used as a launch pad to kind of land on the moon. That was announced relatively recently.
No, I wasn't aware of that at all, but until tonight.
Okay, because NASA's normally quite good at their publicity. So. Would you live on the moon yourself then? I don't know if I asked you about would we be there in our lifetime? Yeah, yes or no?
Yeah, I'd give it a go, I think.
Just for a short bit, or stay there?
Yeah, I think I'd just have a short time up there.
Yeah, have you seen the little model houses on the 3D printing stand? Kind of what they'd look like. Yeah, it's quite cool, right?
Yeah, we were looking at those a little bit earlier. Interesting.
Yeah, they're a little bit like Hobbit holes, right?
Very much so. Yeah.
So. Would you come again? And what would you say, like, as a recommendation for everyone listening to us now?
Well, yeah, I'd definitely come again. It opens your eyes, and there's a lot here that you don't expect to see, and there is. I didn't expect to be able to pick up meteorites and moon rock and that sort of thing.
Perfect. And so, what is the one thing you'll take away from this, like the lesson you've learned, or something interesting, a little factoid you'll store away?
I suppose the thing I've probably learnt is that we're actually looking at sort of the moon and going back to the moon. As I said earlier, I thought that was all sort of done and dusted, and we're going to Mars and places like that now. But yeah, it's good to be going back to the moon.
Okay, thank you very much. So we'll be back shortly